Yeah, working on that. 1 second. We will be back. Alrighty, I think the audio is working now. So welcome to tonight's stream. I apologize for all of the difficulties getting started. My normal streaming software just decided that it wasn't gonna work anymore. So yeah, I had to find a different streaming platform and set everything up on there, but it only took me like 20 minutes. 20 minutes? It took me a little longer than 20 minutes. It took me like 25 minutes, but yeah, it should be working now. I think the camera's picking everything up. We should be vibing. We finally got a stream. I haven't been able to stream for the last 2 days. Both days I was like going to, and then it just didn't happen. Wednesday, I don't know, I was like, I'll stream, and then I was like, no, I'm gonna try to go to sleep early. And you know how trying to go to sleep early went? Bad. I didn't fall asleep till 7 a.m. So that was a fail. I should have just streamed. And then last night I was going to stream, and then I got a super bad headache. So I was like, okay, I guess no stream tonight either. So tonight, when the streaming platform decided to have issues, I was just like, no. I am streaming tonight. Going 3 days in a row without streaming just feels so very, very wrong. So I was like, nah, that's not gonna happen. So we fixed it, and I think everything should be fine now. Unless it like randomly crashes. But I don't think it will. We should be good to go. I think Venmo and PayPal may have logged me out since... What in the world? Sorry. PayPal is making me participate in a puzzle. It is literally a puzzle. What is this? Okay. Don't know what the deal with that was, but I think we're good now. We are good to go. And we've got our first order for the night. We've got 2 Rebel Clash for Scratch. Let's do it. Wipe that off the board. Let me see. I think those packs are over here in this random box of packs. Yes, that is in fact where the Rebel Clash is. Weird box says mostly packs, but it also has a pile of like pens in it, just because, you know, why not? Alrighty, 2 packs of Rebel Clash. I just realized that the camera is like zoomed differently. Wonky, but I think we figured it out. Hopefully. Alright, we got Appleton. Oh, I love this Clefable. The art on it is so cute. I realized what's weirding me out is that my view of like what's streaming is way smaller than usual. Let me just see if I can make it slightly larger so I can see it better. It's just very differently set up. I'm trying to get used to it, but it's... Oh, I think I made it worse. Oh, okay. It's good now. I can see everything. Because if I can't really see, it makes it extremely hard to tell if you guys can see what's going on. Whoosh. PayPal really do be out there thinking that I'm a robot. Like, it just does not believe that I'm a person. It's like, no, you couldn't be a real person. And I know I'm pretty amazing. It's hard to believe that I really exist. But PayPal, I assure you, I'm a real person. We got Pelipper and Mandibuzz. Fortunately, nothing too crazy there. We will get the cute little Clefable sleeved up. There are my sleeves. I was sleeving up a whole bunch of stuff last night. So I had like a giant pile of sleeves, but it's now very small to find more sleeves. Alright, let me check whether or not we have a stack for you at the moment. I feel like we shipped it out, but I am not 100% sure, so we're gonna check. I do have a lot of stacks to look through. Wow, yeah, I really have a lot of piles. Need to do some serious shipping. Let's see. Aha, there it is. Alright, we will get those into your nice little stack. Oh, you've also got, oh, you got some VMAX Climax stuff in there, which, by the way, I have VMAX Climax again. I think I have like 2 boxes of it. I can see one. I don't know what I did with the other one. Oh, it's over here. Yeah, I have 2 whole boxes of it. Very fun set to have. I'm quite excited to get a hold of some. And I mean, of course, like, also from EEVEE. I've been way too excited about that. What is the pool game? So the pool game is essentially... Oh, let me grab my little pool game box. Oh, I'm about to knock a stack of cards over to get it. So I've got this little box. You can see there's a bunch of cards in it. They're just a random mixture of cards. Some of them are like ultra rares, secret rares. There's a few regular holofoils. There are a couple like vintage cards. Some just like a bunch of random variety like that. Each pool is essentially you get 1 card from the front of the box. And what the main card that you want to get is the Rainbow Mewtwo V-Star, which is one of the cards in here. I shuffled it randomly so that I don't even know where anything is in it, but yeah, it's just kind of a fun way to get some random, you know, hits. It's, I guess it's comparable to the mystery packs in that it's random, but it's even more, I guess, a little bit chaotic and lots of chance, since it really could be anything, you know? Oh, is it echoing? Oh, why is it echoing? Is it echoing though? Oh, I just realized it is probably echoing. Okay, I think I fixed it. For some reason, it was somehow getting an audio input from 2 separate places. I don't know what the second one was, but I think it should just be my good microphone now, possibly? Probably. Yeah, no, all of my stuff is messed up because the normal streaming service I use decided to just not work. So, I had to set everything up on a different streaming platform. So, it's all kind of weird and all over the place, and everything's slightly different sized. But I think it'll work well enough for us tonight. Okay, good. I'm glad that did in fact fix it. I'm just hoping that it's actually getting the audio from my microphone now, and not like grabbing it from my camera, because apparently at least a couple of my cameras have like speakers not speakers, like microphone somehow a part of them. I'm like, I don't know how that works, but that doesn't sound like the type of microphone I would ideally want to use. The one built into most of my cameras are really cheap cameras too. Like my one face camera, I found it in the Walmart clearance section for like $10. So people are talking about your card eating. I knew it. I knew that this was gonna be it. This was what was gonna get my name out there, and now I'm gonna be known for eating cards. I'm low-key curious, like, where people are talking about this at, but, like, at the same time, I'm like, do I really want to know? Do I really want to know what I've done to myself by eating so many cards? Like, I was talking to some of my friends the other day, and something about it came up, and I was just like, this is really weird. What am I even doing? Or, like, just sometimes I'll end up talking to random people at work and mention something about eating cards, and then I'm like, oh, they're gonna think I'm really weird. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. And they're like, but have you actually eaten cards? And I'm like, yeah, I have. I've eaten a few of them. I'm famous for eating Pokemon cards. You know, if you went to my young self like 10 years ago, said, what do you think you'll be doing like 10 years from now? There is absolutely no way that I ever would say anything along the lines of eating cards. My goodness. Just because your cam was on clearance. I mean, yeah, see, that's, and I mean, I bought it a really long time ago, but I just needed a camera, and $10 sounded like a great idea. I was like, yeah, I don't like spending lots of money on things. I have such a hard time making myself, like, buy things that I, like, literally just need to run my channel. I just want to buy more cards, you know? I really need to buy packing tape right now so that I can ship stuff. But one, I forget, like, every day. And two, I just also don't want to actually have to buy it. And also, I'm really sad right now because I needed to go to Walmart to get my favorite bread because I ran out. And I forgot, and Walmart is closed. And so I guess I just won't have anything to eat tomorrow. Because I just want to eat my bread. But I forgot to pick any up. I was distracted. I got distracted going to get dinner tonight. So I forgot about getting food to eat tomorrow. So, how does it taste? It doesn't taste good. It tastes like cardboard. I don't know, it tastes like cardboard. Though, I guess, only like the regular ones taste like cardboard. Well, so like, Secret Rares, they do still have some of that cardboard taste, but they also taste like a little bit like plastic, like, you know, like a candy wrapper. It tastes like that and cardboard together, which is not good. What bread? No, it's just like the Walmart bakery hard rolls. You know, they're just these rolls, and they're so good, and they smell amazing, and I eat them every day for breakfast / lunch, because I usually eat it between like 2 and 4 in the afternoon. I mean, sometimes I eat lunch at like noon, but usually it's like 2. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's done me pretty well. It's not a bad camera. It wouldn't really work for my hand cam because it can't focus on like small details, but it works for my face pretty well. So I'm definitely not complaining. And then actually, I think the trash can cam I actually got for free. So all about the good deals. My hand cam though, I think I bought for like $60, which is a lot more than $10 or free. But I kind of needed it to work so you guys could see the cards. 5 packs should eat it for $100. No. See, I have much more of a system than that. Eating half of a single card, because I have to have evidence to put in the community binder. So eating half of just like a random cheap card, it's like $20 to $30 depending on it, and it has to be Pokemon. I will not eat a Magic card for that much because Magic cards are so much worse to eat. Not fun memories. But then, like, spicy cards, like Secret Rares, Full Arts, Alt Arts, etc., it's $50 each, up to, like, $1,000 worth of value. If you want me to eat a card that's worth more than $1,000, $50 is not going to convince me to do so. Anyways, we've got an order, so let's do that instead of just talking about the things that I've eaten that I really shouldn't. We've got, looks like 10 pulls from the full pool game for, I'm sorry, but I forgot what your YouTube name was. Oh, it's your same name. It's for Daniel. Alrighty, let's do it. So I guess we'll just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's see what we can get for you. For our first pull, we have a Japanese Leafeon V. It's just a cute little baby. For our second pull, we have a Team Magma's Groudon. For our third pull, as you can see, it will be Japanese. Oh my goodness! It's my Explorer Charmander. It's from the Japanese Detective Pikachu. Honestly, one of my finest works. I love it so much. I hope you love it too. That reminds me, I forgot. I was gonna make more custom art mystery packs, and I most absolutely did not do that. Alrighty, next up we got Tornadus VMAX. After that, we've got Volcanion V. Next up, we have Rockets Admin. Come on, we need a little bit more spice. Alright, we got a Full Art Dreadnought V. Next up, we have First Ed Kabuto from Fossil. I say that's a good little bit of spice there. Second to last one, we have a Galarian Articuno V. And to finish off, will it be spicy? Alright, that's decent, I'd say. We've got a Duraludon VMAX. So there are all of those for you. Got a couple nice VMAXs, but of course, Kabuto and, in my opinion, the Charmander are the best ones. Now, are we starting a new stack for you? Or do we still have one? I have to ask this question every time for literally everyone. One day, I will get better at remembering, or I'll just, I don't know, come up with a better system to keep track of the stacks. I mean, there was this one point where I had them all alphabetically organized, and it was like the best thing until I accidentally messed it up, and then nothing has been alphabetized since. So it was a bit of an oof for sure. Let's see. Well, not in that box at least. I think we are starting a new one. Unless I'm missing it. Yes, it is a new one. Perfect. For once, my mini sticky notes are not missing. My dividers are on my desk, which is not always something I can say. I feel like most of the time they're just in some random place behind, like, back there in the chaos. Y'all, you really cannot. This little camera view does not do the chaos behind me justice. It is just a mess. There's so many cards just in piles. Like, I really need to, like, put more of it in boxes and stuff. But, I don't know, I like it being out where I can just see it, because that helps me to find things. Because I'm really good at not knowing where things are unless they're just, like, out in the open, not in a box. I mean, like, I could just, like, label all of my boxes, but that would take a lot of work and a lot of sticky notes, and using all those sticky notes would mean I'd run out of sticky notes and need to buy more sticky notes, and just like the packing tape, I don't want to, so I do really need to get the packing tape, though. Like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do shipping for a few days right now, though, so, I mean, I won't need the packing tape till, like, next week when I can do shipping stuff again, but I really should pick it up, and I'm so sad about my bread. What am I going to do tomorrow? Eat something besides my favorite bread? Oh, and I think I ran out of the applesauce. I had, like, an applesauce, like, store down in my room. So I had, like, 5 or 6 of them to, like, last me through the week. But 5 or 6 does not actually quite last me through a full week. So I think I ate all of them. Sad times. I'll have to go find more applesauce. I'm sure we have some upstairs. I just will have to raid the fridge. So that I need to just get a mini fridge for my room so I can keep my own food down here. It'll be so nice. I can get a microwave too. That'd be very helpful. Ooh, alright, we've got our next order. We have 2 Astral Radiances, 4 Skip, going for the Beedrill again, and we will make sure to save those codes. Let's get the Beedrill. We have been fighting for this Beedrill for so long. Cinnamon rolls. I'm not gonna lie, I don't love cinnamon rolls. Kamado. It's Beedrill! It's not the Beedrill, but it's Beedrill! I am still very, very excited about this. It would have been pretty extra epic if it was the Altar, but honestly, this is still absolutely perfect. If anybody else had gotten this Beedrill, I would have been like, this is sad. This should have been Skip's, but it is yours. It's so perfect. I love that. I love that. That is what we like to see. And then we're on to our next pack. Alright, we've got Bastiodon and a secret rare Jubilife Village. I think what this is called is You Win. That was a pretty sweet 2 packs right there. We got Beedrill and a secret rare. That is pretty astounding. I am not gonna lie. A Beedrill is a Beedrill, exactly. Speaking of, we got another Koga's Beedrill in at work, but this one's not first ed, so if you are looking for a non-extremely expensive Koga's Beedrill, I still think it's like $20 or $30, but like, I don't know, maybe it's less than that. All I know is that it's pretty spicy. Just like these 2 packs were, man, that is absurdly epic. Also, I love all of like the color scheme of this, like the blue and the purple and the pink. It's so pretty. Anyways, congrats. That was pretty amazing. I know we have a stack for you. There it is. I found it fast. Aren't you guys proud of me? It helps that it wasn't quite like in a... There's a couple little sections where there's a bunch of really small stacks all right next to each other, so the sticky notes like block my view of each other, but yours was like right in this like slightly larger section, so I could see your sticky note. Oh, you already got the Kogas. Very good, very good. It's such a nice one. I mean, all of the... We got a bunch of cards from like Gym Hero and Gym Challenging, and they are so spicy. And I want to buy a bunch of them, but instead we also got a few full art trainers in, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to buy some of these because they're ones I really like. Or we got the Wally full art trainer in, and I don't think I have that one, so I was like, well, I guess I must get this now. Let me pull this up so you guys can see it. I don't remember what the other 2 were for sure, but this was one of them, and I need it. It's so cute and wholesome, and it's another green-haired trainer, and I guess green-haired trainers are just my favorite now. Like, I cannot stop loving all of the green-haired trainers. Like, N has always been a favorite. I love Lizia. And Wally is just so cute and wholesome. And he has green hair. And I think Wallace, like the trainer with Melodic, has green hair. And I love Melodic. So, therefore, I like Wallace too. I think Copycat has green hair too. Copycat's pretty cool. I wonder if like there's some kind of list somewhere that just has all of the green-haired Pokemon trainers, because I need them all. I must know who they all are. Jimmy is probably my favorite. It's a spicy one. Like, there is a lot going on in the gym sets, and it is a lot of spice. Oh, yes, the Gengar. We have like 2 or 3 of these right now at work, and man, are they so spicy. We also have a Blaine's Moltres. I think we got like an almost complete set of both of the gym sets from somebody that did a trade-in earlier this week. It was quite the trade-in, let me tell you. I mean, I think there was a full base set, jungle, fossil, and both the gym sets, or at least almost all of each of them. Fortunately, a lot of the cards were like mod play, but overall it was still crazy, and there were a few that were near mint, and it was all like unlimited too, so it was like, you know, if I really wanted, I could buy one of these, you know? Let's see. Yeah, I think we got the Moltres. Then we got Dragonair. We got a couple Misties, the Rhydon, Brock, Erica, Gloomable, it's so cute! We did get the Rocket's Hitmonchan, I do remember seeing that one. Yeah, I think we got most of these. I think I only went through the holofoils. Somebody else went through like the regular ones, but I bet there's a Rocket Snorlax in there too. I should really check on that one, honestly, because it's a decently expensive card if it's in alright condition. This Sabrina's Gengar. I would have to double check what condition it's in. I think there were two. If I remember correctly, I think one was maybe it was one damaged and one heavy play. So like damage was around like 30, heavy play like 40. Or was the other one mod play? I feel like one of them might have been mod play. Wow. It's quite the jump. Oh, cause is this? Yeah, there's only all of these are first eds. There's just one mod play on Lem on here. Apparently the mod play is a lot more expensive, but yeah. So the cheapest one would be like 30 because it's damaged, which is still a lot. But this is such a spicy card. Not really that surprising. Lens Moltres, yes. I mean, honestly, just all of the gym cards are so amazing. It was really fun to go through these the other day. I think was it Wednesday? Probably was, because if it was Tuesday, I feel like I would have already told you guys all about it, because I do get excited about some of the spicy stuff we get in. Oh my goodness, why did I know this was a thing? Why is it so cute? I know there's another Lieutenant Surge's Raichu, but it's like a holofoil. But this one is just a little silly guy. I love it. I love him so much. I need this one now. I guess I'll have to go and check if we have this one too and be like, I'm going to add that to the pile of stuff that I intend to buy. When will I actually buy it? I don't know. Because I spend too much money. I get a little bit too excited about stuff, but I'm thinking I'll probably like purchase a handful of the singles I want like sometime next week. But maybe I shouldn't, because I'm also saving up for some Celestial Storm and some Rebel Clash build and battle kits so that I can get the Flapple pre-release promo. And let me tell you, that is one of the most important things. Getting that Flapple pre-release promo. And technically, I could get like 2 or 3 of them by buying the whole box of build and battle kits, because that's the only way that it's be sold to me, as a full box of them. Which is a good chunk of money. But for Flapple, I will most absolutely spend an unnecessarily large amount of money. Flapple deserves it, you know? He really does. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what the other trainers that I wanted to buy are. Ooh, this isn't the trainers, but we got one of these in with the trade-ins. There's a lot of Neo stuff too that the guy traded in, and I was just like, oh my goodness, I've never seen this card before, I need it. And so like I intended, after we finished the trade-in, to probably like stick it in my pile, but before I could do that, my manager saw it and was just like, this is mine now. And I was just like, okay, no Houndour for me. I can't blame him though, like, who wouldn't want to claim it? It's so much cuter in person too, like, it's his little baby. My manager used to have a huge, really, really nice Pokemon collection with tons of like first ed holos and stuff from a lot of the sets, but apparently this was a card that he never got, but he always wanted, and he's since sold most of that collection. But he's like, I will now have the Houndour. And I'm like, you know, I can support that. I'm jealous, but I can support that. One day I will find my own Neo Discovery Houndour. It's so cute. I love him. He's just a little silly guy. He is worth a little bit, but that's about how Neo Holofulls will run ya. There's also the non-holo version, which is also very cute. Maybe I'll just buy the non-holo version. It's a lot more affordable. Look at all these silly Houndours. Whoa, this one looks way different. This one looks like the one little silly Pokemon, like, is it... I had its name and then I lost it. Is it Cranidos? Is that his name? No, apparently not. Cranidos? Yes. Yes! See, it looks like this one! Don't you think it's kind of got that, like, gray and blue? They totally could be twins. Definitely. A lot of little silly Houndours, but I don't know that any of them can quite compare to the Neo Discovery one. He's just a little silly guy. And you guys know I love little silly guys. How much Lost Origins do I have? I think I have 2 full booster boxes left. And 5 or 6 ETBs. They had really they did have some really random non-holo stuff in there. God, pulling that out of a pack, getting a Goldeen. Yeah, that is not exactly what you wanna get compared to the other things you could be pulling. We also got a Blaine's Charizard. He's super spicy. We got a Rockets Mewtwo. I mean, like we got most of the cards from a lot of those first several sets. We got a Misty's Gyarados, Alakazam, the Venusaur. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Like, seeing all these cards in person, I'm like, man. The online pictures don't do them justice. See, this is the other Super Nintendo Gengar. And the Koga's Ditto. I really want a Koga's Ditto. It's so cute and pink. I love it. That's what this comes from? I have been needing to find one of these because from the second I found out it existed, I was like, I have to have that. Printed in Japanese only. Does that mean that it only came in Japanese packs? Or does that mean that you could pull the Japanese one out of the English packs? I need to know. I need to know and I need to get one. It's so wholesome. I love it. It's funny how it looks like this was a huge drop in price, but it's like $1.10. $30. I'm $30 away from owning one of these. Plus probably tax. I'm like 30-something dollars away from owning one of these. Man, I had no clue that's what set that was from. But now I need it. Because it's amazing. Absolutely beautiful. Ooh, I need to find if we got one of these. Because it's another little cute baby. All the EEVEEs. I love them. And we got the Ninetales non-holo. There's the very censored Misty's Tears. Little Bulbasaur. This one's so cute. It's just a happy baby EEVEE. I'm obsessed. There's Arcanine. There's 120. The Japanese is... Oh, the chance is only Japanese. I mean, that makes sense. It's just weird how like, with Pokemon stuff like that, TCG Player only has, like, some very random Japanese things on here. Man, I love these cards. Oh, he's also got Misty's Wish in here. And cute Ivysaur, the Pikachu. I can't even. It is just too wonderful. I want them all. Every last one. Ooh, you know, speaking of my manager's really cool old collection, let me see if I can find it. Not those. this one. He used to have this one. It's just like we've got nothing. Only 2 have sold. Both of them had pictures. They were both 2 months ago. One was a graded one, and the other just was a damaged one. But yeah, it's a pretty spicy card. There are only moderately played and damaged ones on TCG Player. But apparently he really regrets selling it, and I'm like, you know, I can see why. It's kind of spicy. Dark Raichu was in Neo set in Japanese because Raichu was actually designed by Wizards of the Coast. Intriguing. Ooh, other fun thing I learned about Gym Challenge, or more precisely, this silly boy right here is this info. They accidentally printed a fighting energy symbol right there instead, it's just a fighting instead of a fire. And then the E for the energy after it is supposed to be capitalized, but it's lowercase. And I was like, wild. This card is technically like a misprint. So yeah, fun fact. Learned that the other day. Makes it got a little extra character. Yes, the hoe is seriously amazing. Alright, I probably should take a quick second and check orders. You know, the one nice thing about me using this different streaming platform is I set it up so that I can check orders and leave TCG Player up so you guys can see at the same time, and I feel so accomplished for doing that. It's such a small detail, but I'm like, this helps me not to make mistakes. Of the money or the amount of VMAX. Yeah, that definitely is a bit of a struggle with VMAX Climax, because it is such a fun set to open, and it becomes very, very worth it. But with those sets that the packs just are always expensive for, it definitely makes it a little hard to invest in it. But I mean, $10 is a lot better than what it was going for when I first got it. Like, man, it was almost a year ago now. Like 10 months ago, I think it started around like between 16 and 18 was what I was able to sell it for when I first got it. But yeah, $10 is a good bit more than a regular pack, but technically the boxes do only have 10 packs each in them, but that is still a good little bit of money. It kinda does add up. But it's such a fun set to open. And there is menu. Oh man, I really should, like, we were gonna do a throwback stream with the board. But yes, I do agree. I think using this streaming platform, I feel like everything is a little, like, not extremely, but just enough to be noticeable to me at least, more clear. I don't know if it's, like, actually, but I feel like it is. So, who knows? Maybe I'll just start using this one, because OBS was just like, you want me? You want me to work so you can stream? That's funny, no. Like, I literally restarted OBS about 5 times. It wasn't working, so I'm like, okay, maybe I need to restart my whole computer. So I restart my whole computer, I pull it up, and it's like, no, that's not gonna face anything. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna shut it down, pull OBS back up one more time, and it still didn't work. I'm like, alrighty then, I guess we're going to try Streamlabs. And so far, Streamlabs is doing a good job. I don't remember why I went with OBS in the first place. There was some random reason at some point, but maybe we'll just do Streamlabs now. I have to reset up a few things, and I guess I don't like how it fits on my computer. It takes up a lot more, like, screen space, and it's more confusing to, like, move stuff around. I don't know. But it's, you know, it's working pretty alright so far tonight, so maybe we'll use it longer, especially if it means that you guys can see the menu better, because I always feel bad when like the board sometimes like ends up being like slightly blurry, or like the words are too small, and I'm like, that's really inconvenient for everyone except for me, because I have it right in front of me. I just have to turn and then I see it. But you guys have to actually be able to see it on the screen. It does help a little bit, I can imagine. Ooh, okay, so I just remembered something that I was excited about. So today, while playing Commander with my friends, I was helping my friends that have the Commander podcast to film a game, and what we were doing for it is we were all playing precons that hadn't been edited at all. And so I went with a precon that I had bought one of these precons prior just to take a few cards out of it to put in other decks, but as I was going through it and taking cards out of it, I was like, this is actually kind of a really cool deck idea. I sort of want to do something with it. So I bought a second one to actually play with, but I never got around to like opening it and switching out the cards I wanted. And so when they said that they wanted to do precons tonight and asked if I had one, I was like, well, yeah, I do. I've got this one that I was gonna build but never actually opened. So I opened it, I sleeved it all up, and we played tonight, and it was an interesting game. First off, precons play a lot slower than the decks that we typically play. The game went on for about 2 hours. Sometimes games go on that long, but I'd say like the average that a game goes for is maybe like an hour. And he was a little bit over 2 hours. So it was a long, very long game. But yeah, the precons definitely made things go slower, but it was all over the place. I started with only 2 lands in hand, which is not a good number, but I had a mulligan like 4 times, and I still had 2 lands in hand. I was like, okay, I guess we're just gonna go for it, because I don't want to have to lose a bunch of cards for mulligan anymore. And so I just went with it. I got, my 2 lands out. Didn't draw a land for several turns. Finally got a third one, continued to do nothing. I played like 1 artifact that cost 2. It couldn't do anything because it was supposed to you'd use it to make your creatures like stronger, but I didn't have any creatures. So I just didn't have anything on the board for the first like 10 turns. All my opponents were getting all of these lands. There was one point where I had I had my 2 lands. The person next to me had 6 lands, and I'm like, you have 3 times as many lands as I do. I feel like this is not going well for me. But so I just kind of sat around and did nothing except for hope to draw lands for quite a few turns. I finally got enough lands to get my commander out, which is Dahada. And she's nice. It's a planeswalker, though. So it's not a creature. It can't protect me. But, it was something on my board, and I used it to do a little bit, and then somebody killed it, and I was just like, why? Why did you have to do this to me? But, I kept going. I was slowly getting more lands. Eventually, I got enough lands to recast my commander, and it still wasn't really doing much. But everybody else had a lot of big things going on, and I kept having my creatures, die, or people would play removal, and I'd lose all my creatures again, and nothing would be there. So finally, it got to my turn. I pulled the land that I needed to play a board wipe, so I just, wiped the board, and I was like, alright, I don't have any creatures to die, so let's kill everybody else's, and we'll start over from there. Of course, that used all the mana that I could use, so I was just like, well, I guess that's my turn. I blew up everything. All the creatures, at least. I didn't blow anything else up. But then, we kept kind of going around. I started pulling a few decent cards and getting lands enough to start kind of doing things. And then I think essentially what saved me and made it so that I could keep going was I kept making deals with people. A lot of the things in my deck were abilities that were supposed to benefit certain types of creatures. Legendary creatures, because the whole deck is centered around legendary cards. But I didn't have any creatures out, so what I would do is I would make deals with my opponents. I'd be like, hey, if you don't attack me on your turn, I will give you this bonus that my card can give to legendaries for you to use on one of your legendaries, but you just can't attack me. And of course, that was very helpful because it helped people to do bigger attacks on other opponents and protect their own cards. And so it was working out well for them and for me. But see, ultimately at the end, it was benefiting me more than anybody else because, one, it was making a larger target on whoever made a deal with me's back, but it also helped to weaken another opponent, and all the effects were only temporary. So by the time it got back to my turn, those effects had expired, and then if, somebody wanted to enjoy those things, they'd have to make a new deal with me. Or I could just be like, well, our deal's over and I never agreed not to attack you, so I'm gonna swing 5 damage at you. Enjoy. But so it kind of kept going like that. The person that had a really early lead that we thought was gonna take over the game, but then the board got wiped a bunch, they ended up getting taken out first, probably largely because they were a threat for so long, but then also their board just flopped and there wasn't really anything else going on there, so they died, and so just 3 of us left. I continued kind of just being a little bit more passive, but still kind of trying to do deals, but it was kind of really getting down to it. All of us had just over or just under 20 life, so we were getting a little bit low on life, and so I was like, alright, this is when it really is going to matter. I need to figure out what I'm going to do to, 1, protect myself, and 2, get one of my opponents to take out the other, but not be so strong that I can't then defeat them. So I was like, I've got to be really careful here. I obviously don't know the deck super well. It's a pre-con that I've looked through a couple times but never played before, and so I was just really hoping for the best. I didn't have a ton of cards in hand, but then I played this creature that has this really nifty ability where whenever I go to combat on my turn, each of my creatures gains a bunch of the abilities of other creatures. So if a creature has trample, which means even if an opponent blocks, any damage beyond what it would take to kill the creature they blocked with will still be dealt to them. Or flying, which means that creatures without flying can't block it. Any of those abilities, all of your creatures get those abilities until the end of the turn. And so I was like, okay, this is pretty serious. If I can get another card out, I might be able to protect myself. But of course, I had 1 creature, and then I got my commander out, and I had this 1 artifact that I had had since the beginning of the game. So I had those 3 cards out. The person directly across from me had probably 10 to 15 creatures, and then the other person had 2 or 3, and a couple enchantments. And so, but one of the creatures that the third person had was one that, when they attack with it, at the end of the turn, the next player takes control of that card. And so they used that to attack the person that had the 15 creatures. It was a flyer. The person across from me didn't have any flyers, so it dealt the damage, and then I got it. And so now I have a creature with flying, and I have a creature that gives all the creatures I have those type of abilities that a creature has, so that gained flying as well. So I had 2 flyers, and neither of my opponents had any flyers. One of the flyers was already, I think, a 5/5. Was it a 5/5 or was it? Yes. Yeah, so the flyer was a 5/5. The only thing was I could not attack the person that owned the card that I gained control of it from. And the person that I had gotten it from, they had 4 life left. The person across from me, I think they had 10. I don't know what I was at, but I was pretty low. But I used my commander's ability to give my 1 creature lifelink, indestructible, and vigilance, which means when it attacks, it doesn't tap, which means it can still block on other people's turns. And so, all my creatures had a lot of abilities, including that flying, that meant neither of my opponents could block them, unless they somehow, like, had a creature that they could cast at instant speed with flying. And so, I was like, okay, all I have to do is figure out how to get enough damage in to take them both out now. And I thought I had that. I was like, okay, so I can't attack the person that the original flyer was owned to. So I gotta figure out how to make it big enough to take out the person with 10 life. And I was lucky enough to draw this, not an enchantment, it was an artifact that you attach to your creature, and it gives it +1/+1 for every land you control. And I finally had lands at this point, so that pumped it up to a 17/17, which was more than enough to take out the person across from me. And it also, you know, had lifelink because of my commander. And then the other was a 3/3. And I had this artifact, the one that I had had since the beginning of the game, that gave one of my creatures +2/+2. So I made it a 5/5. I took out the person with 4 life. The 17/17 was going to take out the person with 10 life. But I forgot that they had this silly little enchantment or artifact or whatever it was out that said if they were to lose the game, instead they don't lose the game, they exile this artifact and their life becomes 1. So essentially they had 1 turn left to deal with me, but I just gained a bunch of life from doing these attacks. So I was back up, I think, around 33 life. They had 1 life. They still had like 15 creatures. And I had 1. Because the other one I got from my opponent died when they left the game. So it didn't seem like I should have been able to survive. But because I had gained enough life, it was enough to protect me. And so this was their last effort. This was their last hope. So they just sent everything at me, and I mean, they didn't have flyers, so like, if I somehow got, well, I guess I didn't have a flyer at this point, so they just sent everything at me, but it wasn't enough to take me out. I still had a little bit of life left, so it went to my turn. Of course, I don't have a flyer at this point, so I somehow have to find a way to, they also, like, then they, like, board wiped my creature at indestructible, so it didn't die, a bunch of theirs died, but then they made a bunch more, but yeah, so it was my turn. They had a bunch of little guys. I had my 1/3/3. But fortunately, in hand, I had a card with flying. So, surprise, surprise, I play that. I'm like, well, you see, my 3/3 that can attack you can now fly. And they're like, that's game. And I'm like, you bet it is. And just like that, I won with my precon the first time using it. And honestly, I was really proud of it, and I attribute my win 50% to politics and making deals with people, and 50% to Odric, the one that made my creatures share all the abilities. So it was quite the game. I honestly had lots of fun, especially with the end. I mean, it helps that I won, but it was pretty funny. I thought it was fun. It was pretty interesting game, but it did take like over 2 hours. Anyways, welcome to everybody showing up in the chat. I'm glad to hear your cards arrived safely, Lloyd. Then we got, what about, had 2 of the cups. I just opened a Reese's cup and it had 2. Oh, like 2 of the little plastic things. I've seen that before. It's so weird. It's just like when you get a cupcake from Walmart and it has 2 little cupcake papers and you're like, this should only have 1. We've got Adams. Nice to have ya. Welcome, Luke. Getting tipsy. Oh, man, it feels like so many people are sick right now. Like, one of my coworkers wasn't able to work the other day because they were sick, and I'm like, not fun. I think a couple of my family members are sick right now, but that's why I'm hiding in the basement and only eating my own bread. Like, you know, Of course, they're staying in their rooms because they don't want to get everybody else sick, but I'm like, I will also just hide in my bedroom. And I'm only at home like half the day most of the time too, because I'm usually at work. So everybody does seem to be getting sick though, but I guess that's what happens when it gets cold outside. Our bodies are like, oh, it's cold? What if I were to not only have it be cold outside, but become one with the cold, as in getting a cold? I don't like that idea though. I've just decided to be immune to colds, so I don't do that. Because that's totally how it works. It's fine. It's fine. How damaged is the Blaine's Charizard? That is a great question. Let me think. It seems like it was maybe mod played, but I'm not completely sure. Was it mod played? Or was it light play? Or was it near mint? I'm not totally sure. I'm trying to remember. I might have to check tomorrow. I'll probably stream tomorrow night. Well, maybe. I'm not actually sure, to be honest, since I have a lot that might be going on tomorrow. Because I might be getting up early to do a magic event, but I have to be there at 11. And so if I am there at 11, that means one, I have to wake up at like 9. It's easier for me to go to sleep at 9 than wake up at 9, so that's already a bad start. But I have to wake up at 9, and then I have to close the store. I have the end shift, so I have to close the store at 9. So I will be there for 7? No, it's not 7. That's not 7 hours. That's a lot more than 7 hours. 11 to 9. That is a solid 10 hours there. And then by the time I'm closing, I'll have been awake for 12 hours. And then I'm probably going to play Commander with my friends afterwards and probably not get home until like 11. That's too many hours. I'm gonna be so tired. So I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the thing tomorrow, but I kind of want to. But if I do, I'm gonna be so dead by the end of the day. It's gonna be a little bit rough. You need to make your own bread. It's a pun. It's funny. Very funny. I definitely wouldn't make my own bread though. I really dislike cooking. I just want Walmart bread. That's enough for me. always gotta be on the grind. Give you a real picture. Yeah, that is fair. Let's see, down to 44. It's only like 50 right now, so it's not extremely cold. Most days, actually, it's a lot better than what it was like a month ago, where it was like 100 degrees every day. Now it's usually like low of about 55, high of about 75. That's been how the last few days is, and I consider that good enough to wear sweaters weather. So I'm wearing a sweater right now. Even though it was like 70 degrees when I got to work, I was like, this is fine. So, sweater! I just can't help it. I love sweaters too much. Ooh, reverse Babe the Blue Ox. Not a bad hit at all. But yeah, I'm excited for it to get even colder, so I can feel less bad about wearing sweaters, and so that I can wear my cute jackets too. Because today, it's really not a good idea to wear sweaters on Friday, because that's when we have all of our tournaments at work. So there are like 80 people in the building, and it gets hot. And so wearing a sweater is not the greatest idea, but I will do it anyways because I just really like sweaters, you know? See, oh, we were thinking about the Zard. Let me wonder what, like, maybe if I'm looking at like what the different conditions go for, because I kind of I'm not totally sure what condition it was in, but honestly, it might have already sold. I will have to check tomorrow to see if it's even still there and find out what conditions it's in. Why is just getting hotter? Oh, because there's an active volcano. Fun. Gotta love that. Exciting. Very exciting in a not very pleasant type of way. I'm gonna hurry and check orders real quick. I've been a bit distracted, you know, telling my epic retelling of my Commander game tonight. I didn't really, you know, need to, like, detail the entire thing out, considering they're probably gonna post it on YouTube, but now you guys have this super short summary of it, and I mean, I had so much fun with that game, like, and I'm also really proud of myself for winning, because I thought I was totally gonna lose, but I think that almost kind of played to my advantage that I had very little going on, so I was never necessarily a target. Though at the same time, I was consistently doing things to prevent myself from taking more damage and from being taken out that early. Like, I guess most of the game, it was kind of me just doing the bare minimum to prevent the most negative things from happening to me. It was like a pick your poison, you know? I could either be dealt, like, 15 damage, or I could take, like, 3. That was one of the deals I made with somebody at one point. I'm like, if, like, they didn't originally agree to my deal. Like, I was, like, saying something about not attacking me, and they're like, well, I won't attack you with the creature that you're giving the bonus to if you let me use it. And I'm like, how about this? You just can't deal more than 3 damage to me on my turn. And they were like, okay. I was like, nice, now I won't die. They did still try to kill my commander, but they only dealt 1 damage to me. And it was kind of funny, because the other person that was still alive was just like, what? Why? Why did you only do 1 damage? And I was just like, 'tis the art of the deal. But it was pretty great. I'm honestly really excited to do more with the deck. I'm not totally sure what all I'm going to change with it, because I honestly really like it just the way it is, other than that next time I'm gonna shuffle it well enough so I can actually get lands, because I think honestly if I had lands that game, it would have gone a lot better for me a lot earlier on, but then again, maybe I would have gotten a target on my back and been taken out. But I do really like it, and I do want to try to do more stuff with it. Like I said, there's some cards in there that were kind of wild. I'm honestly curious what the one Odric card that literally was what won me the game. I'm curious how expensive it is. And I don't think we've got any orders. So, let's investigate. My guy, Odric. Not in Pokemon, though. Lunarch Marshall. That's his name. Odric Lunarch Marshall. It's a really cheap card. I'm honestly surprised because, man, that thing is hilarious. It did some wild stuff. Literally, this was the card that won me the game. This is, the one I have is even the cheapest version from the Commander Dominaria United. But, like, man, it is such, that card was great. I'm like, maybe I'm gonna need to get some more of these and put them in more of my decks, because it is funny how much this guy can accomplish, especially the flying thing. Like, that was very, very helpful. The Reaver Cleaver, the best card in the set. It comes in the deck I got, so pretty excited about that. Greensleeves was the best card. I do have a Greensleeves, but it was like $20 when I think when I got mine. Or no, maybe it was just 10 still then. It stayed pretty consistent. I don't know. Either way, I have one of these. It does nothing. It's just sitting somewhere. I don't actually know where. Hopefully in the box that it's supposed to go in, but honestly, who knows? We got this super spicy thing. This is one that's in the deck that I got. This one's in the other deck, though. It's kind of spicy, however. I also got basically the one spell to prevent people from taking extra turns. It's funny, and I love it. And it's great that it was in a precon. And then this is one of, like, the backup commander, because most precons have 2 commander options. I was almost gonna go with this one, but I ended up going with the Planeswalker, and I feel like either of them would have been fairly effective, but just kind of based on how my game went, I do think having the Planeswalker one did work out in my favor. But this one's pretty fun, because it gives all my creatures, legendary creatures, menace, which is funny. And it gets me card draw, but it does ping me for life for drawing those cards, but a lot of great cards that have good card draw do that. But yeah, I'm quite fond of this deck. It is pretty fun. A lot of crazy stuff going on in it for sure. Take cold weather over hot. Yeah, I very much agree. I much prefer it to be cold because I love layers and I love sweaters, and neither of those things are a great idea when it's, 102-degree Utah weather. So it's a nice thing that Utah's at least sometimes cold, but if I ever leave Utah to like live somewhere else, it's got to be somewhere north. Or like way south. I'm not going any closer to the equator because I'm not even that close to the equator, and I'm too close to the equator. I'm gonna move to like Canada. Except that I'm gonna have to worry about like getting snowed into my house and not being able to go play Commander wherever there is to play Commander in Canada. See, that's why I wouldn't want to move to Canada, because then I'd have to leave all my Commander friends, and by all my Commander friends, I mean my only friends. At least my only like friends I know in person, because y'all are my friends too. And I could still stream from Canada, I at least think. But then again, my family's not in Canada, so I'd have to like pay for my own Wi-Fi, and you guys know how I feel about paying for things that aren't cards. Then again, I also have to like pay for my house and food. That's why I'm just gonna keep living in my parents' basement for a while, because I don't want to pay for Wi-Fi and food. But see, my plan is I'm just going to save up all of my money until one day I somehow have enough cash to buy in full an entire house where I will intend to live for the remainder of my life, but I will always own the whole thing. I'll still have to pay like property taxes though, which makes me very unhappy. Property taxes make me sad. Deeply sad. Why must they make me pay to live? Welcome to society. Skip's like, I'm not your friend, I'm a customer. Why can't we be friends? I pulled you a Beedrill. Fine, I guess if you just want to be a customer, that's fine. I'm not sad, I will go cry myself to sleep. Not at all. How many packs are... I think one. I think we got one pack from the last Lost Storage inbox. And then we're on to the next one. So, uno. One silly little Gardevoir pack left. I just realized you can't actually see the pack that I was trying to show you. This one. I left the screen up, but there is one pack left currently. Just vibin'. Next to the random Astral Radiance and the VMAX Climax box in this large pile of magic cards that I really should put away, but you better believe I haven't put like any cards away this week. I just keep making more messes. There's like this random pile of stuff over here. It just keeps getting larger. It's becoming a problem more and more each day. Maybe I'll consider being your friend. Well, alright, you know what? It's settled. We will just have to pull you the Altar Beedrill. That is the only solution in this situation, clearly. We gotta get the Beedrill. It just has to exist in the rest of the Astral Radiance packs that I have. This whole pile, one of these is a Beedrill. Better yet, what if all of them are Beedrills? Every single pack. That would be some kind of hilarious error, but I would not be upset. That would be the funniest thing, you know? Like, just error box, last half of the box, every pack has a Beedrill in it. Altar Beedrill at that. Funny. 30's birthday on Thursday. Well, congratulations on aging, and happy late birthday. 30. That is... I mean, I have a lot of friends that are like around that age. I don't have like any friends that are my age. No, maybe I might have a couple friends like in real life that are my age. I don't know how old everybody that watches my stream is though, so I don't know. I don't know if any of you guys are my age, but I don't have that many friends my age. But that's probably because instead of having a social life in high school, I just decided to not really have that many friends. And then just became friends with all the people that I work with and play Commander with, which is pretty chill, you know? It's... I like to say that there's less drama, but I'm not gonna lie, there's a slowly increasing amount of drama among the Commander players. It's like slow burn drama, though, you know? Nothing like extreme, but like just enough drama for you to be able to say that there is drama. It's interesting, but I don't think anybody can deny it. I'm correct, so that's why I can say this on a public platform that at least 2 of my Commander friends watch sometimes, I think. I don't know, maybe more than 2. Maybe not 2, who knows? I seriously though, the fact that we got you the Beedrill. Not the Beedrill, but a Beedrill. I thought that was pretty great. I mean, those 2 packs just in general were like, win and even more of a win. I mean, or you could say the most of a win, then still quite a lot of win, or just lots of win all around. Just gotta get that alt-art now. That's all we need. We do work a 12-hour shift every day. I mean... Between all of my jobs, I sometimes probably work for 12 hours straight sometimes, but see, I don't think I have the stamina, probably, to, like, really be able to do a 12-hour shift every day at work, because, I mean, my work at the card store, I'm on my feet for the vast majority of the time that I'm there, so, like, it gets really, really tiring to be on your feet that long. Whereas, like, streaming, I am very obviously sitting in a chair this whole time. No, actually, I'm just practicing my squats. There is no chair. There's just, like, this fake thing behind me to make it look like there's a chair. But I'm just sitting here, you know, doing, like, it's like a wall sit, but there's no wall. I'm just, like, my legs are just that buff. No, yeah, nah. Yeah, because I TCG player, I mean, I partially have to be up while I'm doing my TCG player because I have to go to my boxes back there and dig stuff out. I mean, it's not like necessarily dig stuff out. Most of it's sorted, but some of it's definitely not sorted, so I do just have to search for it. But, and then my Hilltop job, I've spent a lot of time sitting on the floor for that. Some of it I have to do standing, and some I've set up my desk when I felt like cleaning it to make room. And then art commissions, I definitely am sitting down to do those. I have actually done a 12-hour shift at work before. It was only once, though, for a Yu-Gi-Oh! Regionals. Most days were only open for 7 hours, so there's not really time to do a 12-hour shift, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Regionals, we had to open at like 8 in the morning. And then I was there until like 8 at night. So I did do one 12-hour shift. It was exhausting. But like, you know, I was really worried about the day being super stressful. But honestly, it wasn't as bad as I expected. And my friend that used to work with me, but then got another job, did come and help for the day, so it was fun. I got to hang out with my friend. I miss him working there. It was so fun. We would just, like, we would mess around a lot, like, when things were quiet and there weren't, like, a lot of customers. And now, when there's, like, not a lot of customers, I'm like, I guess I will go dust some random shelf or something, pick up somebody's candy wrapper. By the way, public service announcement, if you play card games at card stores, please, from the bottom of my heart, I beg you, please pick up your own trash. I mean, really, if you're going anywhere, please don't make random employees clean up after you. Please. I don't want to pick up everybody's trash. It's not fun. I have to unlurk for that. I like the idea of unlurking. It's funny. You know, gotta have them glutes. Nah, squats are fine, but my personal exercise of choice is doing push-ups. But see, I was doing really good doing push-ups like every day for like a week and a half, and then I was like, wow, I have a bunch of stuff to do and I'm tired. How's Bean? Yes, Bean, Harley Bean is in fact one of my dogs, and she is so cute and silly and very happy. Yesterday I was hanging out and talking with my mom for a little bit before I was going to come try to stream, and I got a headache instead. But she was just being like, she every once in a while she'll have like a couple days where she is just like a lovey, sleepy, cute, just sweet baby like all day. And so she just wanted like to be cuddled and held like the whole day, and I love that. It's so sweet. I mean, usually she's pretty mellow a lot of the time, but sometimes she's just that little bit extra clingy, but it makes you feel so loved. And then Izzy's doing pretty good too. She just vibes, you know. I like to think that I am like the epitome of constantly vibing, but sometimes I think that Izzy might have me beat, because she really vibes most of the time. I guess except sometimes when she's jealous of Bean. It's so funny. Sometimes, like, they'll both be in the same room, and, like, I will go, like, sit on a couch or something, and they'll run over and, like, hop on the couch, so I'll pet them, and they're so cute. But Izzy will, like, try to block me from, like, petting Bean, too. She's like, no, just pet me. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna pet both of you, but that's pretty silly. He's worked 14-hour shifts. Oh, yeah, that sounds pretty horrible. Because, see, I can keep going for a long time, and honestly, that's kind of what I have to do sometimes to sleep. I have to work for lots of hours straight, but typically, like, at the game store, I usually work, like, 4 to 6 hour shifts. And then, after that, I'll usually, like, get home and maybe take, like, an hour to just, like, you know, gain some energy back. And then I usually stream for, like, I don't know, I'd say I stream for, like, an average of 2 hours a lot of the time. So that makes, like, 6 to 8 hour work days. And then I spend at least, like, an hour in TCG players. So, like, 7 to 9 hours, I think, is typically about how much work time I get in. Sometimes it's way more, though. Sometimes there are probably days where I do, like, 14 hours of time technically spent working. But, you know, I sleep a lot better when I do that. Like, I think that's part of the reason why Wednesday I couldn't fall asleep, because I only had a 4-hour shift to work, and then I played Commander for, like, oh, how long would that have been? 6 to, like, 10? 4 hours? So, like, I only was out of my house for, like, 8 hours, and then didn't do much work when I got home. So, that's probably why I couldn't sleep, because I hadn't tired myself out enough. Freaking the chaos. 90 hours a week. Yeah, that, I can imagine that is a lot. Like, there are definitely some benefits, I feel like, to having, like, a lot of work to do and being kept busy. But at the same time, it'll eventually get you to that point where it's just, like, it's just not fulfilling enough, but it's just draining you. That's how I felt about most of high school. I'm like, this is not fulfilling at all, but I am exhausted. Do push-ups at work when you're bored. Get paid to work out. Now, see, I could, but I would rather not put my hands on the floor of a public space. Picking up people's trash off the floor of a public space is bad enough. I don't want to just, like, flat out put my whole hands on it. Plus, I do a lot of the time when I do push-ups, I like to, like, get some, like, you know, like, some really heavy hand weights. And, like, I'm going to draw a diagram because I don't like trying to explain. You know what? I'm not going to waste my sticky notes. Where's an energy? There we go. This is my drawing canvas. You know, we've got like some weights that are like, they've got like this kind of shape to them, and then you know it's like that. And there's like a bunch of like little layers to them, and you can like hook the middle thing through it, through ever how many you want. But I think like the most is probably like 40 pounds. But so like I will get 2 of them, you know, and you know, got all their size just on their like heaviest weight, and then I'll like put fist my hand around both of them, so that instead of like, because sometimes it hurts my palms, and sometimes because of my hands, like I can't like, you know, like do anything else. Like if most of the ways I hold my hands, my nails either get in the way or it hurts my wrist. So by just holding on to the weights, I you know, just do my push-ups holding on to those, and I find that very helpful, because then, you know, my wrists aren't in as much pain, or like my nails aren't in the way. So it's handy dandy. I'm gonna start using energies as paper. I think that's a good idea. Fighting energy is a great landscape for this diagram. See, my thoughts exactly. I feel like, you know, very, very fitting, very, you know, on theme. Exercise can definitely be related to fighting. You know what kind of exercise I want to get into? Fencing. Which, by the way, you guys, we're like 3 weeks away from my birthday, and that means I'm getting a new sword. I'm so excited. I have been waiting for this day since my last birthday. Can I tell you guys how absolutely amazing buying a sword made my last birthday? Best birthday ever. Why? Almost entirely because I bought a sword. Though technically I wasn't able to buy the sword until the day after my birthday, because my birthday was on Sunday, and like I'm pretty sure the store is probably closed, because most places are closed, but I had to wait till the Monday. But that Monday was like the best day, and I basically consider the Monday like the good part of my birthday last year, because that was the day that, one, I had school, so that was kind of lame, but immediately after school I went and I bought a sword. That was an absolutely amazing and very empowering experience. And then immediately after buying my sword, I went to the game store to have my job interview. I was essentially told that I was being hired. They just had to officially agree to it and get the stuff figured out. But so I got told I was going to get a job at my current like favorite place. And then I opened a ETB of Fusion Strike several days early, because for some reason I was able to get one really early, and I pulled one of the cards I wanted most from the set, which was the Zellaveire alt art. Though I have realized that I kind of just love all of the alt arts in Fusion Strike. Like, most sets, there's at least like one alt art that I'm like pretty meh on, but I don't think there are any alt arts that I didn't like in Fusion Strike, because I mean the Gengar, I have absolutely loved that since day one. The Espeon, it is just amazing. Inteleon is pretty sweet looking, and of course the Zellaveire, which is just so cute, and I love the purple color scheme with the cute little green Zellaveire. But yeah, that was a fantastic day. I felt like I accomplished so much that day. Best birthday day ever. But now this year my birthday is actually going to be on a Monday. I don't know what I'm gonna do though, because like I'm just gonna like buy my sword, and then obviously my manager's not gonna schedule me to work then, but I really like working, so I'm gonna be sad that me, the one person ever, I'm sad that I don't get to go to work on my birthday. This is so unfortunate. I crack myself up because I don't make that much sense, but I am kind of sad. But I mean, if I had work on my birthday, my parents would probably be like, "What? That's stupid. You shouldn't work on your birthday. Come be at home, do birthday stuff with us." And I'll be like, "All day? I don't think so." See, I'm very much let's open gifts and chat and like eat some cake for like an hour, and then I need to go like socially recharge by sitting in my room for a while. Thank you. And you need to show the sword. My new sword or my current sword? I guess not all of you guys have probably seen my sword. It's been a month maybe since I've shown it. Let me grab it real quick. I will be back momentarily. Alright, I'm back. I got my sword, but I realized that I don't have my other camera set up on this one. I have a camera that's like especially made for either showing off outfits or showing off my sword on my other streaming thing, but I gotta fix it on this one. Let's see. I need a new video capture device. That's what these things are called. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. I need a new source, yes. Video capture device 3. Should be one of the integrated cameras. But which integrated camera? I'm not sure. I don't know that it's gonna work. This is sad. I just want to show you guys my sword with my camera that's good for showing off my sword. I realized I may have just accidentally unplugged the camera that I'm trying to use, because none of these cameras are working. Okay, I tried. How sad. Ooh, unless it's maybe... Nope. That's just... What did I do? I now have 2 views of my desk. Look, you guys can see it twice. Wild. That's not what I wanted, though. I'll just, like, delete that one. Yes, I don't need 2. Please, go away. What about this one? No, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Why? Okay, I tried. But yeah, this is my sword. You can see it's super fancy. It's pretty sweet. I'm quite proud of my sword. You have keys? Keys? No, I don't think I do. I have my keys, but I don't have Keys's keys. I don't think. I don't know how I would have gotten them, but I'm fairly certain I do not have his keys. We need another battle. I'm assuming you don't mean a sword battle, but one day, I'm gonna have a sword fight with somebody. No idea who, but, I mean, technically I'm going to have a second sword very soon, so, like, I could just be like, yo, who wants to have a sword fight with me? I have 2 swords and an hour of free time. I'm sure I can find somebody to have a sword fight with. You can't find them. That's definitely not good. I mean, I can check my bag, but I don't think that there's any way that they would have gotten there. That is definitely not good, though. Losing keys is not fun. Losing keys is confusing, but definitely not fun. But yeah, that's my sword. Let me put my sword away real quick, and I'll double check my bag just in case Keys' keys are in my bag. For those of you that are very confused, Keys is one of my commander friends, and I'm guessing he lost his keys. So I will be back momentarily. Alright, I'm back, and I did not find any keys that were not my own keys, unfortunately. That is definitely not fun times. I mean, hopefully they're just somewhere at your place. It would be very inconvenient if I did accidentally take them, considering I live like 20 minutes away, but yeah, I did not find any additional keys. Just like some random dice and more suckers. I always bring suckers with me because I get really anxious when I play Magic. So I always have like a pile of dum-dum suckers in my bag. And I found more at the bottom. And a random dice that I guess got stuck down there. Rip keys. It's pretty not fun times. Like, I'm trying to think, like, where could they even have gone? Did you check under the couch? Did you make sure there wasn't like any trash obscuring it? I mean, probably always a good idea to check under the couch just for trash in general. One time we got banned from playing Magic at their house for a little while because there was trash under the couches. I didn't put it there though. I clean up my own trash. Because as I mentioned earlier, I very much believe in cleaning up your own garbage. I don't want to have to clean people's garbage off the floor. I mean, a lot of the time, I will just, like, sweep all of the garbage with our broom, but then I find a bunch of other, like, stuff that needs to be swept, and then I end up spending, like, an hour sweeping, and I'm just like, huh, that was a lot of sweeping. And then I realized that, maybe I should mop too. I'm probably gonna mop tomorrow, which I guess means that I should sweep. Got some car keys to cars we don't have anymore. Just kept them. I mean, if there's a collector booster box on the line, I could definitely get some keys for keys. I can't say that they would be to his car or any other car, but I could get some keys. I don't know, it probably just opened some weird random, like, fake treasure chest I had as a kid, but they're technically keys, you know? They need to get a trash can! a camera to always watch the trash can. Then we can reward those that get their trash in the trash can, and then publicly humiliate those that do not get their trash in the trash can. I think this is a great idea. I think some people will be very offended by it, but that is their own fault. Just get your trash in the trash can. Problem solved. Of course, it was the least I could do. Make sure I didn't accidentally steal keys' keys. I would feel pretty terrible if I accidentally stole anyone's keys. Losing keys is a very, very horrible time. I did that once. After Commander, I was worried that I had locked them in my car. Because, you see, there's only one time I've ever locked my keys in my car, but it is something that just, like, unreasonably I've been extremely afraid of for like, ever since I've been driving. I'm always afraid of locking them in my car. But one time I did lock them in my car, and it was after school. At the end of class, I was like, where are my keys? I don't know where my keys are. And so I was like frantically looking around for them. I was like checking the whole classroom. My teacher was looking for them, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go out to my car and make sure I didn't lock them in my car. And what do you know? I did lock them in my car. And so I just sat there and I just stared in the window. I was just like, what have I done? What have I done? And then I called my mom and I'm like, hey mom, I left my keys in the car. Can you come bring me the spare keys? And my school's only like 10 minutes away from my house, so it wasn't terrible, but it was immediately after school, so it was extremely busy. So I just had to wait like 20 minutes. It was windy, which was not fun, but I just kind of just sat there. I was like, I should never let this happen again. But yeah, she came, she brought me my spare keys. I was like, yay, I can go home now. But I've been very, very afraid of that ever since. But so there's one night that I couldn't find my keys. I was like, did I seriously lock my keys in my car? like, it could not be a worse time or place because I play Commander about 20 minutes away from my house, and I think it was about midnight, and my parents go to sleep at like 9. So I was like, this is going to be very bad if I locked my keys in my car. So I just like, I like looked through my entire bag, looked all around on the floor, on the tables, and then I felt so dumb. I looked over at the other table where people were playing, and like, I leaned over a little bit, and it was just sitting behind somebody's deck box, and I was just like, are you kidding me? I was frantic for several minutes just because somebody's deck box was hiding my keys. So keys, look behind all the deck boxes. That's the best advice I've got. Is a spare set of keys. Do you not have any extra keys? Apple tag on your keys and wallet. You know, that's not a bad idea. That is definitely not a bad idea. Except, because I'm always usually so scared of losing my keys, I usually only put them in like 2 places. You did look behind everyone's deck boxes. Oh, I just, losing keys is terrible. Losing both you keys or keys' keys. You do have a spare key. Well, I mean, you know, that's something. I guess unless somebody like steals your car with your spare keys, but hopefully it's just lost and not stolen. Stolen keys that's an even bigger issue. But I guess your spare key is probably a ways away from where you are now, which is very much not ideal. As a kid, I stole my dad's van. Got caught once because you locked the keys. No, that right there is a big L, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, stealing your parents' car is probably not the greatest idea, but that is definitely a big oof if you don't want car keys. Clef keys! Hey, I've got some of those too. I actually have to be able to find them, but I can assure you that I have clef keys. So many, somewhere. I don't know what set I'd have clef keys from. Have clef keys been printed in any Sword and Shield set? I suddenly need to know. Clef key. My silly little Pokemon. That is literally just a set of keys. Let's see. We got a bunch of weird promo ones. Roaring Skies. Phantom Forces. Furious Fist. Lots of X and Y. We got Forbidden Light. I have a decent bit of Forbidden Light bulk, so probably that. I mean, all the Steam Siege ones is cute. Maybe that one. So, oh, okay, there was one printing in Sword and Shield. Got Fusion Strike. So I should have a whole bunch of clef keys from Fusion Strike. I opened a lot of that set. Yeah, you have to open a lot of that set in order to pull 2 Gengar VMAX alt arts. And then made the mistake of selling one. I will never recover from the pain. Rest in peace, fairy energy. Why do they do that? Like, if you're gonna take the time to make a whole new color for Pokemon, why just take it away? Like, what the heck? Why you gotta do us like that? Very, very sad times. So many great fairy type cards, and then they were just like, no, these won't be fairy type anymore, just because. What kind of reasoning is that? Very bad reasoning, in my opinion. Though I do think it's kind of funny. You know, you look at this one clef key, it's fairy type, it has a weakness to metal, which is funny, because a lot of clef keys are metal. The metal ones have a weakness to fire, however. For whatever reason. Fusion Strike just came in today after waiting like 3 weeks. Ooh, exciting. Have you opened it yet or not? Cause I want to know what you get. The takeaway stuff, like the break. But see, Break was only in one era though, wasn't it? I think break cards were only XY. Fairy they had in at least 2 different eras. They're just like, let's get rid of it. I mean, like, I guess, like, so they took away EX, which was something that spread through several eras, but they're bringing it back. I mean, like, tag team, amazing. I wish they kept it longer, but it was also only found the biggest plastic silverware box. Well, I am very, very glad you found them. That is an odd place for it to be. The silverware box. Somebody was gonna reach in there for a fork and end up with your keys and be like, well, I guess I'm going to eat my food with some car keys. That's really weird. That sounded really weird. I mean, at least I'm not talking about eating cards this time. Because apparently that's who I am now. Somebody who eats cards. Have to wait because I opened the actual box. I feel that. I get that. Yeah. That's what I used to try to do a lot when I had stuff to open. But now I'm just like, no, I must open it now, and then if I get something good, I'll sell that and just buy another box tomorrow. Is it a healthy way of thinking? No. But is it what I do most of the time? Sometimes. A lot of the times I'll pull something expensive and be like, I'm going to keep this. And then like a couple days later I'll just buy another box. Though I haven't bought like any boxes this week. Not booster boxes at least. I did buy this. You guys can't see. I whacked my camera, but you guys wouldn't even be able to see it. But I got this today. The new Magic Game Night. And so like technically it's kind of just like a really casual way to play, but I just bought it because it has some cool singles in it that I was just like, I looked into it. A couple of them are new cards that I don't think have ever been printed before, and they're like actually pretty lit. So I was like, well, I guess I have to buy this now. That didn't work at all. I just don't want to like accidentally, you know, like make the box look terrible, but I did kind of mess it up. Whenever I lose my phone, I always find it in the fridge. You know, that reminds me, there was somebody I used to go to church with when I was a kid, and like they shared this story a couple times, but essentially they lost their car keys and were so stressed, and then they had a thought like, maybe I should look in the fridge, and they're like, what? No, that's just silly. Why would my keys be in the fridge? And lo and behold, the keys were in the fridge. I mean, like, you know, I guess I have put my phone in the fridge before, but that was just so that I could film a video about nachos, which, as any of you guys that have watched my shorts know, I care a lot about making videos about nachos. I love nachos. Can I tell you guys how sad I am that I missed out on a chance to eat nachos a couple weeks ago? Also, I like that they all have different dyes for the color. It's so aesthetically well thought out. But yeah, we got these cute little sleeves. We got the elves. I think the best card in this set is one of the elves, because it's really spicy. Draconic Fury. I need some of the cards for this one for my Kalia deck, because it's, you know, dragons. Dark Sacrifice. I need some of the cards in here for my Sacrifice deck. Gonna be nice and spicy. We got Political Trickery. Complexity. Fool. I like it. Politics was what did me a lot playing tonight, so, you know. And we have Glorious Combat. No complexity, but lots of speed. So I think I need some of the cards in here for my Kalia deck, too, because they are angels. But I also love that it's shaped like a pentagon. I don't get that many pentagonal-shaped objects, so I think it's fantastic. Also, it's just because, you know, there's like 5 colors, and so 5 sides and 5 dice. They usually, like, the set symbols for these things are often pentagonal shaped. I really like this centerpiece thing, but it's so, like, unreasonable to use for anything, but I feel like I'm gonna keep it for, like, a month, and then be like, why the heck did I keep it? It's literally trash. But I like it, so I will keep it in there for now. Yeah, we've got all of our little fancy mini decks. Let me quickly check orders, and then if we don't have any, we're gonna look through all the cards, because that way I can pull out the ones that I want to add to my deck. Maybe I'll update it tonight before I play Commander tomorrow, probably, if I'm not dead, because I'm going to be really tired tomorrow. For so many reasons. I also have to, like, prepare something for church, because I get to teach at church on Sunday. So it's gonna be pretty neato Dorito, but I do have to actually prepare for it. I mean, I've technically been working on preparing all week, but I actually have to, like, finalize my preparations, though at the same time, like, my favorite way to, like, prepare for, like, teaching stuff or any type of public speaking is I just like to get a general idea of, like, what I want to convey and, like, get across, and then just go with the flow. Like, I feel like, I don't know, that's just how I like to do it. I don't like feeling like I have to be looking at a script, following, like, an outline perfectly. I like to kind of just go where you know, I flow with it, what I'm vibing with, what is kind of, like, what feels right, you know? Someone was literally just looking at that set on TCG. The magic thing? Because it's pretty neato, I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited about the cards in it. Anyways, we do actually have an order. We have got... Let's see, it's loading. It might load. 3 Lost Origins. One more payment. Just with another card. Sounds good. We can do that. Let me grab this one and we'll open another box to get the rest out of. It goes between the orange juice and milk. Yeah, the game night one. Yeah, we got them in today. Or I guess they came yesterday, but we didn't, like, put them into our system till today. Man, today was so hectic at work. Like, it was so non-stop. Oh, don't do it yet. Okay, I will just get the packs ready, but we will wait to open them. But yeah, we went through them today, and I was like, what are these? And then my manager, you know, explained them to me, and I was like, interesting. So I didn't really know, like, if what there was that was good in them, but then I had, like, a minute and 30 seconds of free time, so I quickly looked it up, and I was like, this card I don't need. But that one I need in the deck, and that one I need in the deck, and that one I need in the deck, and that one I need in the deck. I was like, I think I'm just going to buy one of these, because they've got some nice cards. A few of them, like I said, like, I've never actually seen them before, so it was just pretty nice looking stuff. Also, I sent in another one. I don't know why CashApp won't give me notifications, like, half the time. CashApp is just wonky. But we can do yours real quick before we do Tiffany's. So here we go. We got 2 more Astral. Let's get some more Beetles. Because, just yes. Isn't that the best reason? I would certainly say it is the best reason. We got Hoot Hoot and Ursaluna. Alright, that was not a Beedrill, nor was it a secret rare. We've got to make up for it with this next pack. Beedrill Altar. Only solution. Only answer. Only way to go. In my personal opinion. Well, this Quillfish and a Vespiquen. Those packs weren't nearly as exciting. Also, I'm sorry, I totally showed the code. But I will find you a replacement code. One moment, please. Here's a weird pile that's partially code cards and a bunch of other weird stuff. It's like a lot of Lost Origin code cards. I'll give you a Lost Origin build and battle box. And then let's just do, how about 2 more Lost Origin packs? Because I'm sorry, I don't know if I have any Astral Radiance codes. At least not that I can find. I have a lot of boxes of codes, but most of them are just mixed up with my boxes of regular bulk, and therefore are not very easy to find. But now we have a pile of codes. Drag over the Aerodactyl alt. Man, that card is so spicy. And I'm good at pulling it, so like, might as well pull another one for someone. I think it's a wonderful idea. It's always a good idea to pull alt arts. Especially when they're very, very spicy. I still need to pull somebody in Giratina though. That is on the list. Vespiquen is sort of like Beedrill. You know what? That is a fantastic point. Any codes are good. Cool. Nice. Sometimes I think about playing it again. Like, a lot of people I know from work have been getting into Pokemon. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are like, Yu-Gi-Oh kind of is terrible at the moment, so we're going to play Pokemon. And it always makes me want to, like, you know, maybe build another deck. But then I'm like, I look at my, like, 10 Magic decks, most of which are worth between, like, $200 and $500, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think I would. I don't think so. I think I'm just not gonna start playing more Pokemon. But yeah, it just probably not gonna happen. But I do have a bunch of random codes that I keep forgetting to give out. Like, some of these I don't know if they've been used or not, so I just need to show them just in case. So that, you know, we can make sure that somebody gets the code cards. Oh, and there's one over here too. There we go. It's Elite Trainer box. Whoosh. Alright, let me refresh orders. Let's see. This is for a battle with Adam if he still wants to. Ooh, we're doing a potential battle. I like battles. So are these plus the second order all for the battle, correct? Let's see, how many packs is that? Allow me to do some math with my calculator instead of my brain. Because while I am capable of doing mental math, I'd much rather do it on my calculator, because then it's easy to see. Yes, 12. 12 plus 3 is 15 packs, right? Yes. That is math right there. Very much definitely math. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 beautiful packs. Alright. I'll get the battle music ready. I love getting the battle music ready. I like battles. And sword fights. I really want to have a sword fight when I get my second sword now. I need somebody to sword fight me. I bet I could find someone from my commander group that'll sword fight me. I'll be like, hey, before we play commander on whatever night, do you guys wanna have a sword fight? And I'm sure like at least one person will be like, you know what? Yeah. And I'll be like, you're a real one. It's time to sword fight. I can hear it now, the clang of two gorgeous swords hitting against each other. The yelp of pain when I accidentally like smack myself in the face with a sword. Fortunately, I'm not allowed to have sharpened swords though. My mom says no. My mom's like, you can only have non-sharpened swords. So while they are real swords, they are not sharp, but they still can hurt you because they are thick, like metal things. They will hurt if you get hit with them, but they're so much fun. Or I just should get into fencing. I really should. I think there might be a fencing place not too far from where I live. No idea, like, how to, you know, go about finding the time for fencing lessons, but, like, sword fighting. It's good, it's important, it's great. I love it. Does a lightsaber count? I mean, yeah, it's technically a sword. It's just, you know, a sword made of light rather than a sword made of metal. You know? Anyways, I got distracted. I got to get the epic battle music going. Add it to queue like 20 times as I do. Oh, we're doing a pack battle. Man, I love doing pack battles. They're so exciting. Especially the ones where like we think it's going one way and then something crazy happens and then it's just like, who knows where this is gonna go. Alright, I see our second payment. Let me hurry and get these all added to queue so we will have several minutes of epic battle music. I gotta make sure that Streamlabs can get audio from my desktop. Well, I think it can. We should be good. We should probably be fine. Alright, let's see. Get 15 more packs ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And we will stick the rest of these somewhere over here. I'll move the pool game back to the shelf. Perfect. Alrighty. Let's do this. Just refilled my juice for this. Speaking of juice, I have fancy pink lemonade from the bird again because I ate there again. That's what I did that made me forget about going to Walmart to get bread. But that sure is some tasty pink lemonade. Anyways, it's time. It's time for the pack battle. Let's get this music going. Alright, you guys should be able to hear. Hopefully it's not too quiet or too loud. If it is, tell me and I will fix it. But let's do this. So we've got Tiffany's packs over here. Adam's packs over here. Let's do this. Starting off with Tiffany's first pack. Let's see if we can get some spice to begin with. We got a Kingdra. Could be worse. It could also be so much better. There's our code card. And next up we are on to Adam's first pack. Let's see how his will start. Oh, alright. We get a EEVEE. Pretty solid, ultra rare on his first pack. Go ahead and get that sleeved up. And we're on to Tiff's next pack. Starting off, okay then! Alright. Second pack for Tiffany, and we've got a secret rare. That is a pretty solid hit, I'm not gonna lie. Get that sleeved up. That's a pretty spicy second pack. I thought ultra rare in the first pack was strong. Turn it down a bit. Alright. We'll turn that just a little bit down. I want to Adam's second pack. Technically, you did one up the spice of Tiffany's first pack. So let's see if we can do it with pack number 2. No. Not as much spice for that one. There's our code card, and we're back to Tiffany's third pack. See if we can keep the spice coming over here. Yes, we've got a Radiant Steelix. Another not too bad of a hit. We'll get that one sleeved up as well. There is our code card. And we're on to Adam's next pack. See if we can maybe start getting caught up a little. We got Sliggoo and Boofland. Not quite the spice that we were looking for, but there's still plenty of times for things to change. On to Tiffany's next pack. See what we might get in here. We have Rhydon and Mr. Mime. Here's our code card. And we're on to Adam's next pack. Will we finally get a little bit more spice? Alright, not terrible. We have an Opal and a Snorlax. Go ahead and sleeve up the Opal. Grab our code card. Whoosh. We're on to Tiffany's next pack. So our Tiffany's got a secret rare, a radiant, and a regular holo. Adam has a V, a regular holo, and a full art. We got Cramorant and Poliwhirl. Nothing too crazy there. on to Adam's next pack. See what we can do in this one. Could keep the spice going. Now we got a Comfey. I mean, honestly, it's adorable, but we're gonna need a little bit more spice than that. But we're back to Tiffany's for now. See if she can find something to solidify that secret rare lead a little bit more. No. Alright, for this one, here's our code card. And we're on to Adam's next pack. Honestly, same though. I don't love opals. She makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. Not gonna lie. Alright, and we got equally score. Nothing too much there. There's our code card, and we're back to Tiffany's. We've gone through a handful of kind of meh packs. I feel like we gotta be building up to another spicy hit soon. Oh, there we go. We've got a V-Star Aerodactyl. Not terrible. Let's grab a sleeve. That was a weird sleeve, but okay. Let me grab some more penny sleeves real quick. That was actually really fast. My penny sleeves are usually buried under other sleeves, so. Alrighty. Code guide. And then we are back to Adam. We really need to start seeing some spice out of Adam's packs to catch up. Let's see, oh, I see something. We got a Rotom V. Nothing too crazy, but it is a start at trying to do a little bit of catch up. There's our code card. Ooh, that one got in the trash. Then we're back to Tiffany. See if we can get another hit. We have Phantom and Landrifts. There's our code card. And we're back to Adam. We're still looking for a little bit more spice to catch up. We have Zoroark and Pyroar. Not terrible is another haul full, but not quite enough to beat a secret rare. We're back over to Tiffany's side. See what our next pack has got. We got Porygon and Vileplume. Just a regular hollow for that one. Whoosh. Next up, we're back to Adam. We're getting down to it. There aren't a ton of packs left, but there's definitely still time to make a comeback. Got Malamar. Not quite the spice we were looking for there. Hopping back over to Tiffany. Let's see. We've got a reverse Comfey and a Magnezone. Go ahead and sleeve up Magnezone. Grab a code card there. Whoosh. And we're back over to Adam. We really need to start seeing some spice. I think this is the 6th to last pack, so there's still a little bit of time. This pack was not the one. There's our code card. So far we've only seen a secret rare and a trainer gallery for. There's definitely a lot of potential for this box to still have some more spice. For Tiffany's next pack, we got a Parasect. There's our code card. And we're back to Adam's. Every pack is a chance to get some spice. We got a Parasect and a Politoed. Character rare is not bad, but it's not what we need to bring this a little bit closer to a tie. There's our code card, and we are back to Tiffany's stack. This is the 4th to last. We're really getting down to it. We got a Silcoon and a Rhyperior. There's our code card, and we are back to Adams. We gotta see some spice soon. We want to see any chance of Clefable. There's our code card. And we're back to Tiffany. This is the 3rd to last pack. We're in the final few packs. We have Growlithe and a Dewgong. There's our code card. And we're back to Adam. Trying again. And to get some spice. No. So a regular holofoil or beetle. There's our code card. Second to last pack for Tiffany. Seeing some big spice for either of you in these last couple packs could definitely make an impact. We have Chloris' Experiment and a cargo. There's our code card. Whoosh. We're down to Adam's second to last pack. I can imagine he's hoping to see something good out of here. We gotta give him a little bit of a chance. Enamorous V. Not terrible, but not really. I don't think it's quite enough to compete with Tiffany's stack with the secret rare in it. But we're down to the last 2 packs. It is possible for these to shake things up a bit. For Tiffany's last pack, we have Dottler and a Poliwrath. Not a strong finish, but it will take a bit from Adam's last pack to win. Tiffany's lead has been solidified for a while, but there's just a chance. We have Damage Pump and Giratina V-Star. If I'm correct, this card is still valued higher than the Colress. I think we're going to have to check the prices. I think that might just be enough to take the win. Let's hop onto TCG Player and check this. Alright, so we have the Colress's Experiment Secret Rare. It is sitting at a solid about $10. This is $10 on the Colress. The Giratina V-Star. This is really what it comes down to. The Giratina, the Giratina is $2 more. So this is pretty close. This is extremely close. We're gonna have to lay this out. So we have the Giratina, Enamorous, Parasect, Rotom, Opal, and the Goodra. Those are the main hits for Adam's stack. On Tiffany's side, we of course have the Secret Rare Colress's Experiment, Radiant Steelix, Aerodactyl V-Star, and Magnezone. So let's I think Adam got it. The Opal's gotta be worth at least 2 to 4. Let's move that out of the way. So that there's probably around 16. I think the Aerodactyl is a similar price to the Opal. Magnezone and Rotom are going to be about the same. Parasect and Steelix are probably pretty close to the same, and these are close to the same as well. So the Giratina with a small lead over the Colress's Experiment will take the win for Adam. Congratulations on your win. That really, it was all down to that last pack. It's crazy. Absolutely wild. See, I told you guys, one card can make all of the difference, and that Giratina V-Star stole the show. Definitely gonna get that one into a top loader for ya. What a solid hit. I mean, like, that was pretty exciting last pack, like, still the win there. We'll go ahead and get these all gathered up and added into your stack. Congratulations on the win. That was, yeah, that Giratina right at the end there. That was, yeah. I think we were all pretty sure that Tiffany was going to take the win. That final pack just... Yes, technically the rainbow is a higher rarity, but the Giratina is worth just a little bit more. It's funny when rarity doesn't really, you know, isn't where the value is. Though I guess we haven't seen that a lot with full art trainers lately. A lot, like, more recently you'll see a ton of the regular full arts being a lot more valuable than their secret rares, because people just, I don't know, they just aren't always quite as exciting. There are definitely some secret rares that are worth more though. Hey, welcome Joe. You just missed a pretty exciting pack battle that really came down to the last pack. We opened a few other fun and exciting things, but that was our biggest event for the night. I mean, I also gave the story of how I won a wild game at Magic, so that was fun too. Yeah, that was Like, it seemed like Tiffany had it in the bag, but that Giratina just, like, hopped in last second, like, surprise. It is, this is definitely quite the battle. Some solid hits for sure, too. Secret Rare Full Art and the V-Star. And the Steelix is pretty cool. And of course we got our random pile of rares and reverses and hollow rares. Cute little Comfey and Snorlax. I'm assuming you guys wanted to do winner takes all, but I don't know for sure, so just want to make sure that's what you guys were planning on or what, but do let me know what the plan was there, because I did not see all of the planning for the pack battle, so you will have to let me know for sure. Just like last time. That works too. Let's see. So we will get, yeah, those ones. And I believe these ones were all yours, right, Adam? And then the rest of those we can add to Tiffany's stack. There we are. And let me remember where your stack is, Adam. Let's see, I think there it is. Found it. Alright, we will get those in your stack as well. I guess I need to move it to a different box. The box that it's in is too full to add the amount of spice that we need to add with that Giratina. There we go. But much nicer in the other box. Epic. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and check orders now. I probably do need to wrap up soon. It is, oh, it's almost 3 a.m. Whoops. I didn't mean to stay up that long. I mean, it really didn't help that I got started so late after my, you know, streaming software was just like, I don't feel like working tonight. I was like, yeah, that was not fun, but yeah, I guess we might just be using Streamlabs now. It does seem to work a decent bit better in some ways than the other OBS. I'll just have to fix a few things, like I don't currently have like an official beginning or outro. It's just the screen that says thank you. So I gotta add some more stuff into this one so that it can have like an actual, because there's also no like be right back screen. So I need my beginning stream, my beginning screen, the be right back screen, and the end screen. But right now it just has thank you for watching. Alrighty, I'm not seeing any other orders, but if anybody else wants anything, I think we'll give it about like 5-10 more minutes and then probably call it a night. I just realized that I added this pile of sleeves to the bulk pile. I'm gonna move those and I will stick the bulk pile in my big box of bulk on the floor behind me. Since I no longer keep small bulk boxes on my desk. I just put them in this like giant box. You guys probably can't see it, but it's large, I assure you. It's almost full though too, so I'm gonna have to get another large box for all my bulk soon. The opal. I feel like I pull that opal quite a lot, but I don't know if I pulled one for myself. I don't know where it would be even if I did though. All my pulls I put a lot of my cards into boxes into my closet to try to make more space, and somehow I just feel like I have less space now. But I think that's because I just keep buying so many cards. It's a bad habit, but I have too much fun with it. I really want to buy a booster box tomorrow. Like I shouldn't, but I'm like, I'm kind of tempted to. Or I could actually try and get the Fusion Strike that I just haven't had time to pick up. Maybe. Maybe. For now, though, let's check out at least one of these little mini decks. Honestly, I think that this would actually be really fun to play with, like, a group of friends, too, but it's most of my Commander friends, it's like, we just play Commander, and that's about it. I've tried to play other forms of Magic, but it usually never works out. But maybe tomorrow, if I somehow wake up early. See, there's a silly little guy that definitely needs to go in my Kalia deck. Got an Ancient Hellkite. Flying. Pay a red, deals 1 damage to target creature defending player controls. Only activate if he's attacking. That's kind of fun. We got this silly dragon. Deals 4 damage to any target and 3 damage to each of up to 2 other targets whenever it attacks. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. I think that's good in Kalia too. Let's see. We have storage locker. See, my plan is just to, like, open up my own card store, because I'll get to the point that I have so many cards that, like, I physically cannot handle, you know, keeping them. Like, you know, I'll just have enough of them to start my own store, and it'll be great. Attacks you may pay X and red. If you do, deals X damage. Oh, these are funny. Discard your hand and draw cards equal to the damage dealt to a target opponent this turn. That's funny. I'm liking what we've got in here. Ooh. Crucible of Fire is a fun one. Get a silly dragon egg. Dragon hatchling. I don't really need that one. I already have Dragon Speaker Shaman. It's a great card. Oh, we got a pile of Dragon Speaker Shamans. We got 3 of those. Furnace Whelp. Goblin Motivator. Ooh, give stuff haste. I love stuff with haste. I might put that in my Goblin deck. I'm working on building a Goblin deck. Best offer for Mulchers at 546. That is a pretty penny. That's a lot of money. I am not gonna lie. Let's see. We've got... It's flying. How random. This one, when it enters, I get treasure tokens. Kind of fun. Howling Golem. I should put that in my Shieldra deck. It's all about card draw, and this draws cards. A Braid. Not a bad card, but I have cooler ones. Dragon Tempest. It gains haste. Dragon Interest. Nah, that one wouldn't make sense in Kalia. Mana Geyser is fun, though. For each tap lands your opponent's control. Oh, that would be funny. I might put that in Kalia, too, if I can find enough cards to remove from it, that is. It's got a lot of spicy cards, so it's hard to, find stuff to take out. Then we got a bunch of mountains. Not bad. I'm gonna need to find a nice little box to put these in. Let me grab a box from my weird pile of boxes under my desk. Alright, I only kind of got my hair in my face, and I got a nice box. I mean, $5.50 is a pretty solid offer. I would say, I mean, I feel like it wouldn't be a bad idea to wait a couple more days, just to give it a little bit more time. And then if you don't have any more offers, accept it then. But I don't really know how long you have to accept or deny an offer, but that's what I would think to do, personally at least. But let's see. Alright. I'm gonna check orders one last time, but I think we're probably good to call it a night. I am definitely kind of losing my voice again. I mean, I lose my voice like every other day. It's just, I talk too much, I guess. You know, I just like to tell too many random stories all the time. But you know, it's fun. I have a nice time. I think you guys usually enjoy my stories too. Except maybe, I don't know, not all of you probably love, like, when I when I go, like, off on some tangent about some obscure magic thing, when I think the vast majority of my audience is mostly just into Pokemon and or Yu-Gi-Oh! But, I do really like sharing my magic adventures it's fun stuff. I'm glad you enjoy my stories. Like, I mean, like, when I was younger, I kind of wanted to be an author when I grew up, but then I was like, I cannot stay focused that long. But see, talking on live stream is very convenient, because even if I get distracted, it's like, it's not really that big of a problem, and if anybody's interested enough of hearing the end of a story, they'll just be like, yo, so what happened? I'll be like, oh yeah, let me tell you. You're gonna buy me out of my alts. Yeah, no, I won't sell you my alt arts, but I told you, if you want some of the ones from work, I'll pick some up for you. Like, I know we have I think we still have one Mewtwo. I'm trying to remember which one I saw today that we have. We have another... Oh, we have the Inteleon. We just got the Inteleon alt art in. So we do have that one too now. But, I feel like there are more too. Eventually I will actually look at what all we've got and let you know, but I do know for sure that at least as of like a few hours ago, I guess it's more than a few hours ago now, because I left at like 8. I left around 8, since we wanted to film a game of Commander. I left kind of early, because we don't close till 10, but my shift ended at 7, I played one game, and then I went and got food, and then we played our game to film, which was kind of funny. It was quite the game. I would definitely recommend the video, but I just have to make sure that my friends are going to edit out all of the swearing, because as you guys know, I very much like keeping my channel family friendly, and I try to avoid recommending any channels that aren't necessarily family friendly, so I'll ask them and make sure that it's clean, and then maybe send you guys all over to watch it whenever they finish editing it. Like I said, it was a really long game, so it will be a little bit. I want yours for deals. No. As I said, if I'm going to sell you any of my personal alt arts, it'll be at double or triple what they're going for in TCG Player, because I don't want to sell them, so I'm pretty sure that's a horrible deal for you, so I'd highly recommend not taking it. But I can get you some from work if you want me to, but that is about your only option, unless you want to pay $200 for a $100 card. Let's see, I don't need a monetary boost ever again, I've decided. One, just because I'm sick of selling cards that I like. I just want to keep them all. And also, I did get a raise like a couple months ago, so technically I'm slightly less always in need of money, you know? At the same time, I could just pretend I am in need and then put more money to savings, and then I can get my own house sooner. And then have to deal with bills and regret everything. Because from what I've heard, that seems like about how it goes. You think you're set because you have your own place, and then you realize that it's super expensive to have your own place, and then sad. That seems to be how it works. And that's unfortunate. But at least I'll have more room for all my cards. Going to increase your value most great. But the thing is, I just don't want to sell my cards, like, at all. I don't care about their value. I just want to have them. I just want to enjoy them. And so that's why I will just make money by doing labor, work, you know, and commissions. I have been enjoying doing art commissions again, but I only have time to work on commissions like once a week. It's not ideal, but eventually I will find more time for it. But anyways, I do think we're probably done for tonight. I'm gonna check orders one last time and then probably sign off before I completely lose my voice, because it's dying. It's dying a little bit. The deal I gave you was very much a one-time thing. It will not happen again. I don't even remember what deal for sure I gave you. I just know that I regret it. All I remember is the regret. Not much else. Just the regret. Sad times. Very sad times for me. Big oof on my part. But, you know, it'll be like that sometimes. What it counts for is making me regret it even more. So, take that as you will. Like, you know, good for you. I'm happy that worked out for you. I'm just not happy that it did not work out for me. Who needs a mattress when you can make from bulk? I can make quite the nest out of a bunch of bulk cards. Though they do get bent pretty quickly though, and then it's just like disappointing because there's just like a bunch of bent cards everywhere and you're like, what have I done to these poor cards? Also, random, last thing before I finish off. I noticed that on all these dice, the 20 is like bold, like compared to all the other numbers. And I just felt the need to bring that to everyone's attention, that the 20s are all bolded. But that's all. That's it for tonight. I just wanted to let you guys know that, and then I'm going to wrap up for the night. So thank you guys very much for watching. I will probably try and stream tomorrow. Maybe have more packs, maybe not. We'll see. But seriously, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys all next time.